All right. It is Tuesday. It is 9 p.m. and that means it's time for Tuesday Night Perry. We are live. We're IRL, not gaming tonight. Tonight is a different kind of stream. Tonight we're going to be working on some unboxing. I've had some cool gifts from fans and from friends, from viewers on Twitch, and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff I have. I also have some stuff that I picked up. We had the Antiques Fair out here, Brimfield. It's a huge event that goes on, and I also went out to some monster trucks recently. Came back with some cool stuff from that. So we're gonna take a look at all that. We're gonna get into all the stuff that I've accumulated here, and when we're all done with that, if there's still time, we're gonna look at a project I'm working on. We're gonna do a little bit of painting here, something I haven't done on the channel in a while, so felt like it was time to get back at it. Um, for right now, though, let's jump into the unboxing. I'm a little thirsty, so the easiest spot to start is we had RPM Fest with Pro Wrestling Grind recently. That's the big heavy metal festival that goes on out here in Western Mass. Got this sick water bottle. That was just a free gift for being part of the show. Excuse me a sec. Stay hydrated, kids. All right, so let's go ahead and Bobby Gilbert in the chat right away. That's right, Tuesday Night Perry. You're here for a live unboxing. We might even get to paint Toxie later. We'll see. We'll see if it comes about. Depends on the timing. But we're going to get into some of this cool stuff that I have. This past weekend, I was at the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Tour. That's the tour that Bigfoot and the folks at Mattel and Hot Wheels put on together. It's a fun show. It's mostly a show for kids, but I did get to bring Herobotic with me, and he got to bring his kiddo, and that was pretty cool. Joey Nails in the chat. What is the winter time zone in New Haven, Connecticut called? Oh no. Oh, God. He's setting up some kind of terrible joke. Yeah, you can see I've got some stuff down here. I'm already teasing a little bit. Herobotic in the chat. The gang's all here. Everybody's pouring in. Let's jump right to it. I'm going to hop to the desktop cam because some of this stuff requires a bit of a close-up. All right. There we go. Seamless transition. Hey, Crusher back in the house. So yeah, I was at the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Tour this past weekend, and I got the VIP treatment, got the hookup. Shout out Steve Ricard. He's booked wrestling out in this area for years and years and years, and he also works for Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live. He's been a great contact to have there. One of the things they had this time that was new was the option to make your very own custom monster truck driver's license. It'll be a little bit out of focus here on camera, but you can tell it says Perry. It's got the date on it. It's got my goofy smiling face. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I also dig the lanyard it came with, the Hot Wheels lanyard. Like that's pretty slick. That's nice. All right, that's one item down. The next is very similar. This is for the folks with the pre-show. You got this lanyard again, custom print on the lanyard, Power Smashers pre-show with Skelosaurus on there. And it gives you a little like this pass belongs to you, almost like a luggage tag kind of thing with their logo on the back. That's pretty slick. I may actually use that as a luggage tag the next time I travel. I think this is very sort of classically me. And the other thing they had is they had these sort of like uncut trading cards of the trucks from the tour. And I'm fully willing to take the time to cut these out properly and put them in sleeves. But they're pretty sick. It's a nice little piece of art. It gives you a place for driver autographs. I didn't go that route, but pretty great. All right, let's see. Oh, I see. Joey Nails is struggling with a crossword. What is the winter time zone in New Haven, Connecticut called? Is it Eastern Standard Time? Pretty sure it's Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. Herobotic might have a better answer. Why are you doing the crossword on my stream? What are we doing? All right. Wait, Joey Nails is going in October now. You're going to the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live? Is that the one you're going to? All right, we saw that one. All right. Next, long as Joey Nails is there, long as we got Joey Nails here talking, This is actually something that he hooked me up with. This is a refrigerator magnet of the Maine Moose. I can't actually read all the words on there because they've kind of squished it. But it's the ride truck, the ride monster truck that was at the Bangor fair. And so when the truck was there, I got pictures from everybody. Randy from Limitless, all kinds of people were sending me pictures that there was a monster truck there. But he snagged me a refrigerator magnet. This has been on my refrigerator ever since. I had to remember to snag it before this stream so I could show it off. All right, getting caught up on the chat. Let's see. Nice. Joey Nails is getting tickets to the Hot Wheels tour next week. Dude, you're going to have so much fun. Definitely get the pre-show. The pre-show is, in my mind, totally worth it. You get to go up, get your pictures with the trucks, walk around, check everything out, actually walk around on the track. Pretty cool. Pretty cool experience. All right, so I'm switching back over to the other camera now. Again, seamless transition. I'm a real professional. Alan Naidu, who has been a frequent viewer here, was more active in the chat some months ago. He's been a little bit busy, but he's always supporting me on Twitter, always in contact. He actually just met up with me at Blitzkrieg this past week, where he had some gifts for me because he went down to Digger's Dungeon in North Carolina and thought to snag some things for me. So we're gonna take a look at those. The first, they're actually both flags meant for my gym. You can see the funky lighting behind me here. That is my basement gym in the background. And we'll get to it, Bobby. We'll get to it. Don't jump ahead of me now. He did snag me this totally sick, totally awesome, totally gigantic Gravedigger flag. And that is going to find a space on the wall in my gym because it is absolutely sick. It's 3 feet by 5 feet, which is huge. It's huge. It's you just watched me take it out of the package for the first time because when I saw the size, I knew I needed to leave it in the package so nothing happened to it till I was ready. But I'm gonna find some space on the wall for it for sure. I gotta fold this back up carefully because I don't wanna hurt it. It's really nice. But that is just one of 2 flags that he scored me. For those that know, I collect flags from raceways and from monster truck shows that I've been to. I even grabbed support towels and banners from the sumo championships when I was in Japan. I like to hang those in the gym. I find making your gym fun, making it look cool, makes working out more fun. You know, you got to put up things that inspire you, things that make you smile. Otherwise, I mean, working out can be kind of miserable. So you got to find the fun in it. That said, we're going to continue on with the flags here. Another one Alan Naidu got me was this absolutely killer Bog Hog flag. Like, it's the same size as most of the flags that I have back there, so it fits in really well. And that design is absolutely awesome. Like, so cool. and the anaconda of Snakebite, venomous snake. Okay, Joey Nails, you have to stop doing the crossword. You're cheating. You're not supposed to ask people. But yeah, sick Bog Hog flag. Once again, Alan Naidu, I know you're not watching right now, but I know you'll see it on YouTube. You'll see it when this gets clipped later on. Thank you so much. He's been a great fan, a great supporter from the beginning of this channel. All right, and then the last of the flags is actually one that I picked up while I was at the Hot Wheels tour. I have a similar one for Monster Jam and just had to complete it because I also have the All-Star Monster Truck Tour one and a Lebanon Valley Speedway one from when I went to Eve of Destruction. So this has to go up in the old gym too. They've had me. This was the 3rd time they've had me as a guest at the tour. Had to do it. All right, we're going to set all those out of the way safely so that nothing happens to them because we still got more stuff to look at here. All right, I think we're going to switch back to the desktop cam. I agree. The little flames and the checkers really make that design. All right. So we're going to take a look at a few things that I've picked up from a few different places. Some were gifts from folks. Some were things that I picked up at the antique fair. Some were things that fans picked up for me, fans that prefer to remain anonymous, and that's totally cool. The first, so I've been collecting the Ninja Turtles re-releases. I know, Bobby, you're going to get some great stuff this weekend. You're going to a good show. Um, I've been getting the Ninja Turtle re-releases. They're a huge part of my childhood. A very keen eye might see some just over this shoulder back there on the wall. There's a bunch I have that I still haven't taken out of the box because I just don't have a great way to display them yet. But they released a few more. I've been keeping an eye out, and I managed to find a few, or rather, I should say, a fan who wants to remain anonymous managed to find a few. The first is we got Rat King. Managed to find Rat King, and that's one when the Turtles were first being re-released. He was on the list of re-released figures and then never came. It took 2 years, but here he is. And I know this camera picks up some good detail on these. He's got the dead cat on a belt. He's got a little bow and arrow that fires a rat. I mean, the detail on this figure is really incredible. All the little bits of clothing, all the molding. Again, I'm a huge fan of the original sculptor who did these, Scott Hensey. And his work on these figures is just amazing. And this figure blew me away. I hadn't seen it in person since I was a little kid. And I mean, you can just see, even the box art is just super cool. Flip it over, get a look at the back. List of more figures that are coming or have come already. I still need a few. I still need the foot soldier. I still need, at least on this one, I still need Splinter. I still need Casey Jones. Still looking for all of those. We're gonna get there. And if I don't, I might be able to make my own. But we'll see how this project a little bit later in the stream goes. That'll be the tell-all of whether I can make it work. So another one that they managed to find was Mutagen Man. Now this is a really cool figure because it actually has really tiny parts that you have to kind of put into it to get the full effect. You can sort of see in the art here that he has a tank that his little brain and eyes exist in, and there's fish and things and junk and trash that all float around in there. This little bag of teensy tiny parts, you open it and you actually put it inside the figure. Super cool. I had heard online that you can actually put water inside this figure so that all the parts float around. I don't know if you actually can. I don't know if I'll even try. I would love to try it though. But he's got his little weapons here. He's got some little grenades, I believe, back here, or possibly binoculars. I can't quite tell. Oh, those are little grenades back there. But yeah, again, box art on these is unparalleled. So cool. And yeah, same sort of stuff on the back, nothing new. But I do love that they always have their little info card on the character there. All right, so that's the Turtles update. That's key. That's important. I'm going to try to go through the things that I don't need to put on the little turntable to show off first, because I'm going to have to switch camera angles for that. So at the antique fair, I found these two boxes labeled Jeffrey and Daniel. I don't know who Jeffrey and Daniel were. The man selling them was certainly not Jeffrey or Daniel. But for practically nothing, I think I paid $5 for the two boxes and their contents. Those longtime viewers of my unboxings will know I have a soft spot for Pogs. Oh, it's the name of the boxes. Okay, very good, very good. Yes, the Jeffrey box has a lot of Pogs in it. These are just stacks and stacks of Pogs in here. I quickly went through and I just kind of glanced at these very quickly before the stream so I could pull out some of the really good ones to show off. This one there's a bunch of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. There's some, what are they, VR Troopers that are kind of metallic. More VR Troopers, Power Rangers. R.I.P. Tommy, one of the good ones. Goldar, More Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Power Rangers. I believe this dog is from VR Troopers. I don't know what are Pogs. Joey Nails, I am. Oh, you are in for a world of hurt, my friend. Power Rangers, VR Troopers, Power Rangers. Love those. we are VR. And then down here, these are all the slammers. These are the big, thick, the sort of plastic heavy ones from the game. These are the they were from McDonald's. I don't know if that's going to show in the light. Yeah, there it is. But they're from McDonald's. The Power Ranger Power Disc Slammer, very metallic. I didn't know that Ziploc had Pogs, but apparently there were Ziploc Pogs. I don't know what child would collect them. I'm guessing they came free with Ziploc bags and your parents would just give them to you. I don't know. More Power Ranger Slammer discs there. And now we get to some of the funny ones. There's some custom Pogs in here with the aforementioned Jeffrey. It specifically says Jeffrey on there. Another Ziploc, another Jeffrey, and then a big honkin' slammer that says Jeffrey with all these holograms and holographs and what have you. That's right, pineapple, orange, guava is what a Pog is. I hope that helps. You can get it at the Polynesian Resort at Disney World. All right, so those are the slammers from that box. But like I said, I paid $5 for both boxes. So I paid $5 total, and I got a lot of stuff here. Throw Pogs like you're playing marbles. You kind of did. So this one has a lot more stuff in it. I did not go through everything. There's clearly like some like Marvel character, this is like straight out of one of the comics. There's some more Ziploc things. I don't know. Again, I don't know why Ziploc had Pogs. There's also a couple of pins in here. There's like a red versus blue pin and a DC Comics pin. And I did try to separate like some of the good ones to show off real quick. There's we got some Spider-Man, Venom. That Venom one is fantastic. I love that one. We got what is that? Zordon. Yeah, Zordon from Power Rangers. Fake fan. Don't know the names. I was kind of into Power Rangers. We got one of these weird ones that's pre-cut into a shape. It's peeling up on the edge, but time will do that. We got the Globe from Power Rangers. More VR Troopers. We got Wolverine from the X-Men. Not totally sure what that was. Oh, these are Goosebumps now. These are from Goosebumps. This is the one to get. To me, this might be one of the best Pogs in all the boxes. This Goosebump Pog. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, the Saw Blade Pog. That's right. See, Crusher knows what I'm talking about. We got a Power Rangers logo Pog. That's, 1 of 40. Another Goldar and another Saw Blade. And then this kid also had a ton of slammers. Oh man, like that's a big pile of slammers. Another Ziploc, another Power Rangers disc. We got this one. This is from a bubblegum company, apparently. This one, this is just a eagle that says USA and has a little hologram to it, but it's kind of clear acrylic, sort of see-through. Another power disc. And again, for the namesake, Daniel. Big, thick, honkin' holographic Pog. Another big acrylic Pog. This one's got a skull on it with some holographs. And sort of a festive holiday skeleton. All right, we're going to pack those back up. Again, I've been amassing this weird Pog collection the last few months. Didn't know I would start recollecting Pogs, but I have a lot of them now. and a lot of them are doubles. So who knows? I might be gifting some away. All right, before we get into the stuff where I need the turntable and we're going to move the camera because that's all the littler stuff. The last thing I found at the antique fair for, I think I paid $2 for this entire stack of Wax Pack Dick Tracy movie trading cards. I love the old Wax Packs, man. I do like that they had different covers. You know, they weren't all the same. You had sort of the two different looks. And what do you guys think? I'm going to look in the chat. What do we think? Do I open a pack or two? Do I open some or do I leave them sealed up for now and do that another time? What do we think? Open some or leave them? Bobby Kilbert says no. No, don't open them? Bobby says leave them. Is that because you're a collector and you find it upsetting to open them, or is that because you don't care about Dick Tracy and you think they're boring? See, Crusher says, I don't know enough about Dick Tracy, but I've seen the movie. Yeah, these are all from the movie. So these are all the still frames from the movie. The Dick Tracy action figure set is one that I'd like to have more of. I have a couple, but they were a really cool set from the old cartoon show. I am A-okay not opening these for now and coming back to them another time because they're sealed in wax packs, so they're going to be fine. There's no gum in the pack, so the cards won't be all messed up. But yeah, let's see. Oh, it's because you want to see me paint the figure. Oh, we're going to get there. I have a feeling I think we're doing pretty good on time here, so we're going to get to that for sure. All right, let's get those out of the way. All right, we are going to move the camera on down so that we have the turntable here so we can get a close look at a few items. All right, let's switch back to the big IRL cam here while I do a little bit of renegotiating of my set. All right, let's bring this down. Oh yeah, this is looking pretty good. We can do better than that. I have this set up before. I did a quick test before the stream to see if I could make this work, and I did. And now for the life of me, I don't remember how I set things up. But that's okay. We can improvise. All right, that's looking pretty good. Bring this over. We're going to set the turntable in frame. Aim this down a bit more. Half of your mods got to make sure you still keep it. Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. Keeping me on task. Because I will just drift. I will say I'm going to do a thing and then just get distracted. As it is, I'm sitting here playing with this clamp more than I'm playing with the stream. All right, let's see. Is that going to be? That's not going to be enough. Technical difficulties. Talk amongst yourselves. As half of your mods. Are the mods still just you and Joey? I feel like I might need to try to get a better team together. Oh yeah, this is how I did it before. That's what I was looking for. All right, okay. It's all coming together. Yeah, look at that view right of the. Yeah, that's looking good. How about we play Help Joey with his crossword puzzle? Ah, jeez. You guys. I'd say I'm going to cut all this out later, but I don't edit for YouTube, so they're just going to deal with it. Hey, this lighting's pretty good. I'm looking jacked. Hey, you know what? All those camera problems, I'll take it. This is a big win. All right, we're switching back to the other view, guys, because it is time it is time to look at some smaller items. Yeah. All right. So let's see. The first items we're going to do are some figures from Kinnikuman that I managed to find at the antique fair this was actually at Retro World Expo down in Connecticut when I wrestled there for Blitzkrieg Pro. So we got Kinnikuman himself, main guy. Always got to have your main guy. Ooh, I can even get in a little closer on him. Yeah. Looking good. But yeah, Kinnikuman, for those who don't remember, were these little, if you look in the bottom corner, about yay big little muscle figures. These were the sort of erasery rubber figures from the 80s and 90s from a Japanese cartoon about pro wrestling. Kinnikuman being their primary big hero, and because I'm big fake fan, I'm actually going to go ahead and look something up very quickly for the next figure. I'm going to move him off, and we're going to put up a character called Terryman. For those who can probably guess who Terryman might be named after, he is in fact named after Terry Funk, and very much modeled on a young Terry Funk. So it's cool. They actually used a lot of Japanese wrestling. The Funkster, that's right. R.I.P. They actually used a lot of popular wrestlers in Japan at the time in the cartoon series. That's not the name. Come on. Yeah, there he is. Okay. I had to get one more name down because I always forget what they call him. Yeah, the name gave it away. It's a perfect name for him. Little Terryman. He looks like a young Terry Funk, which is very specific. That's why he has the short hair and the trunks. That's what Funker looked like in Japan in his what some argue is his prime, but I mean his prime lasted for like 40 something years. Next is Buffalo Man, and that was their version of Bruiser Brody. And I know it's hard to believe he was ever young, and he never really looked young. There's a couple pictures where he looks younger, but hard to say. Terry's prime was the entire time. I don't disagree. But yeah, Buffalo Man was Bruiser Brody, and it's pretty great because a lot of people compare my tag partner Rip Bison to Bruiser Brody for good reason. There's a lot of similarities there. And this character was also very popular in the cartoon, and they've sold some great T-shirts recently where they've shown the actual wrestler and the Kinnikuman wrestler. There's a great artist called Hardcore Chocolate in Japan that's been releasing a fantastic series of shirts. I actually got the Hardcore Chocolate Genichiro Tenryu shirt, and I wear that all the time. It's one of the few things I bought as a souvenir for me in Japan. A lot of other things were gifted to me, but that I had to have it. So that's Buffalo Man. And then I got two others, the names of whom I, of course, forget. But these figures were so integral to like kids. This guy's like a little pig guy. This guy looks a little bit more, I believe he's supposed to be Kerry Von Erich with his long sort of hippie hair. And when he comes around, you sort of see that like baby face with the headband kind of look. I believe he's Kerry Von Erich. I could be 100% wrong. But yeah, those are the Kinnikuman figures that I picked up. I've always been a huge fan of those. Kaiju Big Battel did their own versions of them a couple years ago, and I got those, which was really cool for me because I've performed there a few times, and I got some of the characters that I got to perform as. So it was sort of like getting my own little muscle figure of me, in a way, a very roundabout way. All right. I'm going to set those aside now. Slowly amassing a big pile over there. All right. So again, now that I'm talking about the fat one is Vince. So again, stuff that I found at the antique fair is kind of where I'm going first, because I don't have to thank anyone for them. I actually got two of these. They're pretty great. These are those little the little rev 'em up trucks that you might have like been gotten like at the dentist office when you were good or something like that. And they're both Scooby Doo themed. They've got little Scooby Doos driving them, and they say Scooby Doo on them. The guy was trying to get rid of stuff, and I just said, "What do you want for those?" And he said, "Take them." So I took them. I figure it doesn't hurt. They're to scale with all my other monster trucks. I like different examples of different styles of trucks. I had the see-through one that sparked on. I had the see-through ones that sparked when I was a kid. Yeah. Bobby Gilbert says lost my first tooth on one of those. One of the Scooby Doo ones specifically, or just a rev truck? Because I can see it happening. Absolutely. But yeah, those are pretty slick, and when you get a pretty good look at them, like the little Scooby Doo coming out of them is a little bit reminiscent of how I designed my Perry trucks, where I have the figure coming out the window or sitting out the top. So I had to have them. I felt like they were a really good representation of a particular style and era of those toy trucks. Just a rev truck, okay. I'm not bringing up that bad memory like specifically. All right, so the next one is a Matchbox pulling tractor. This is from, hang on, I got to get the date for you. This one is, oh wow, there is a lot of writing on the bottom of this guy. 1972. And I actually have the purple ones you see much more often. I have two of the purple ones. This red one I had never seen before, so when I spotted it, I had to have it. It was another booth where when I said, hey, you got a whole box of these. What do you want for this one? The guy just waved me off and said, take it. So I took it. But yeah, I love that. I love all the pulling tractors. The ones from the Matchbox Supercharger series are definitely my favorite. But this one's pretty slick. It is. It's older than Bigfoot. The pulling predated the monster trucks. Monster trucks were originally like a sideshow attraction to the tractor pulls. So yeah, this was part of what you could argue brought monster trucks about. But yeah, had to have it. I think they only did 2 or 3 other colors of those. If I ever find them, I'm going to snag them. Right now, I've got 2 purples and a red. And they're the only 3 I've ever seen anywhere. All right, the next one is, and I'm going to read it first this time. This is Hot Wheels 1979. And this is the Evel Knievel Rocket Dragster. I see him every once in a while, and sometimes I pass on him, but this time something struck me about it. I watched an Evel Knievel documentary recently, and my brain just said, grab it. It's going to look good on the shelf. It's going to look good in the collection. It was 50 cents. Had to have it. Had to have it. And I'm glad to have it in the collection. It's actually kind of interesting. You can tell they didn't want kids breaking it, because for whatever reason, this fin is like rubber. It's not metal like the rest of the car or like a stiff plastic. So like they had multiple different materials on here because they knew kids were going to mess this thing up. And you can tell from the paint on this that it was well loved, well enjoyed. And I don't mind that in my collection. Like I think that kind of tells the story of the toy. So Evel Knievel's Rocket Dragster. All right, so next we have what some have argued, and the paint is completely wore off, so you won't be able to see it. But what some have argued was one of the first Bigfoot trucks. This is the Matchbox 1981 Ford truck that usually, when the paint hasn't worn off, you can see that there's supposed to be yellow on the sides. When it comes around, you'll see the hood. There's yellow that's been scraped off. It does say Bigfoot on it. They had a couple different versions, one with a roll bar, one with like a camper back on it. I have a nicer example of this one in the collection already, but the guy was just giving these away. It was the end of the day on a Sunday, and so I was kind of making the rounds, and anyone who was saying like free or $1 or whatever, I looked, and if I saw something, I took it. So this one's in the collection. I do have a much nicer example of this in the collection, but you can Google 1981 Matchbox Bigfoot, and you'll find this silver one. Again, looks nothing like Bigfoot ever really looked, but it had the name on it. So there's a lot of debate on just how much it was inspired by the actual Bigfoot. That's right, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's last day of the antique fair is the day to go. They don't want to pack all that up and take it home. All right. So the last two pieces I got from the antique fair, I got and again, I'm going to try to find dates on some of these, and a lot of them have like a lot of dust and stuff because they were at an antique fair. This one doesn't have the date on it, but it does say 2000 to 2002 World Champion. This is the Small Hubs Hot Wheels Monster Jam. Shows you how long ago it was. Team Mints Truck. I have the Spin Master version that they made, which is considerably larger. A lot, I find that the current monster truck toys, there's some weird scale things that go on, but this looks so much like the truck looked. It looks just like how it looked in person, and it's in really great shape. I mean, it's got a bent axle. I can bend that back. That's not a problem. It's a little dirty. I can clean it. That's not a problem. But like the paint, the little decals, everything's really intact. So super psyched to have that. Yeah, good find, right? All right, we're gonna let the professor sit over here, and from the same era, so would have been 2002, I believe. I've got the Hot Wheels Monster Jam Predator, and this is one that the small tires look much more realistic. The little hubs, the tire shape, everything. Robotics taking a break to install a new toilet paper holder. So this Predator, I have a couple Predators in the collection already from sort of a similar era. My favorite is the one from the Monster Wars series that came out, I believe, in '94. That was Matchbox was still making them then. They were made from the same molds as the Matchbox Superchargers, obviously with a fresh casting because it was the cat body truck. But that's the one that I really care about for Predator. That and the throwback to the silver square body. So this one's not terribly important to me in my collection, which is good because my friend Troy Nelson, one of the voices of Limitless Wrestling, has been looking for this toy. He doesn't collect monster trucks, but he always loved this one. And when he and I first started talking monster trucks, he went on like a sort of deep-rooted mental pilgrimage to try to find this at a reasonable price. He wanted to find it in person if he could, but everything he looked at, it was a little expensive, and so he kind of gave up. And then I stumbled upon it. I texted him right away, "Hey man, you won't believe what I just found for you." So this is going to Troy Nelson. He'll have that soon enough. But for now, you all get to lay eyes on it because it is pretty sick. I do like that they painted some of the details of the cat face so that it really stands out from a distance. When it's way back, further away, you can still read that as a cat face. Very cool. But yeah, that's going to the man Troy Nelson, and we're down to the last two pieces of the unboxing here, and these were sent to me courtesy of our good friend, your friend and mine, Bobby Gilbert. He found a couple Monster Jam minis to send my way. We got Max D with sort of like a red paint scheme. I like it. I think it looks cool. Again, these minis have really grown on me. Like I was not really gonna collect them. I was not super interested, and then a couple people gifted me a few, and then I held them next to the old Micro Machines and realized that they're the same scale. So if I ever buy that sick Micro Machines playset for the old monster trucks, you have to look this thing up. It's the coolest. But they're so expensive when you can find them. They're over $300 when you can find them, sometimes more. I gotta have that eventually now because it's to scale with these trucks. You could race them together. It's got a little downhill thing to race them. Gotta do it. But yeah, super psyched to have that Max D. And also jumping into the collection was Horsepower, the little horse-themed truck, which is also very cool. I like the color scheme on this. I like that with the minis, they're willing to do like some weird colors, and it doesn't feel out of place. With the 1/64th, your standard size, and they come with like bright yellow wheels or like red tire. It feels goofy. It feels like a gimmick so that they can sell more of the same mold of the toy. That's not what these feel like. These feel like they should be weird. And I kind of love that. Like, that's really kind of neat. Like, monster trucks are supposed to be weird. If they weren't, we wouldn't make them look like cats and snakes and stuff, you know? They would all just be big trucks. But they're supposed to be weird. And I think this kind of, you get a little of that out of it. Sorry to get all philosophical about it. Um, so that concludes, I'm going to hop back to the main view here. That concludes the unboxing portion of this. Shout out to Bobby, shout out to Alan Nadu, shout out to Joey Nails, and a few other fans who all hooked that all up. Super psyched to have all that. So we're taking a very quick intermission here. I'm not going to turn the camera off or anything while I set my desktop camera back on so that we can get to painting this Toxic Crusader figure that I've been printing.